So you got this lady named Tamala, right? And Tamala, she lives in Georgia, and she got 5 kids. Someone calls it Sundown Town. But, you know, it's a few quote-unquote good white people in the town or whatever, mostly populated by white people, and it's a few black families, and she's one of them. So it's just her and her 5 kids. So nevertheless, she ends up enrolling her kids into the school, and as she goes to some of the her son's football games, because he liked playing football, he ends up meeting some of the moms there, and you know, they end up becoming close friends, you know, as time goes on. So first it started off with just 3 of them, but as you know, they started going to each other's houses, you know, ended up being about 7 of them. So one day, you know, one of the women's birthdays was coming up, so she wanted to throw like a football sleepover or whatever. So Tamala and about 6 other white women, and I think a few of their boyfriends there. She gets home, you know, gets dressed, and you know, she goes over, knocks on the door, and she brings over some Mexican tequila or whatever. And you know, she says, all right, let's get the party started. They are in there talking, playing ping pong, you know, just having fun. And that's when they start drinking or whatever. So as they drinking, you know, one of the women's boyfriends just sitting in the corner, and they just talking to each other, you know, looking at the women. And you know, Tamala ain't thinking nothing of it, but you know, more time go by, about 1:30 in the morning, you know, everybody's drinking, and a few of the women are doing sleep, and Tamala, you know, she's up with a few of them. It's about 3 of them up at this time. And at this point, she is very intoxicated. Most of them already done passed out. Now, this next point I'm about to say is where the mystery comes in. So everybody's drinking, you know, and, you know, everybody eventually falls asleep, and morning time comes. When the girls wake up, some of them's in the bathroom, brushing their teeth, getting their hair ready. As everybody's looking around, you know, they're asking like, where's Tamala? And she ain't upstairs. No, oh, I thought she was downstairs. And everyone's looking around, and they screaming her name around the house. And all of a sudden, you hear a loud scream, and it's coming from the backyard. So when they go to the backyard, they see Tamala face down, and she's beaten. There's blood by her face, and she's bruised, and she got a beer laying beside her in the grass. So they call the police. Police come, and the detective was looking around, and he's just like, that's odd, because they look, and at first she was laying right in front of a balcony, so they maybe think, oh, she got drunk and stumbled over the balcony, but nah, you know, that door had to be, you know, unlocked by somebody inside just to let her in. So that means that, and for her to get back there and fall, somebody would have seen it. So they basically tell her family that we don't know, you know, what happened, you know, and there's a lot of theories start going around that maybe, you know, she went outside and got attacked by somebody, or somebody in the house set her up, or the women even did something to her, threw her outside to cover it up, make it like, you know, she just stumbled along and something happened to her outside. All the women was investigated, and nothing happened. They had no proof, and the family still got no closure on what happened. They just know that their daughter went to a sleepover and never returned. What do y'all think happened to Tamala? If y'all like this story, like, comment, subscribe.